Hello beautiful people, you're welcome to this channel. If this is your first time, I'm Gift Cost Time by name. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to achieve this mini blazer jacket for kids. It's so beautiful, especially when they put it on sleeveless ball dress. And I'm going to be giving you a detailed tutorial on how to achieve an inseam finishing. It's so neat inside, it won't poke the child's skin. Kindly stay tuned. I'll be using this Mikado fabric, which is less than a yard, and as well I'll be using this dollface satin. It is also less than a yard. Now I'll be using this chart. I'll be using a 5-year-old measurement. You can screenshot these charts for reference. I'll be using my patterns. I have a well-detailed tutorial on how to draft a basic bodice pattern for kids. This is the half scale of it. So this is the center front, and I've also gone ahead to add my allowance at the sides and at the hem parts. Now for the hem part, I added ½ inch allowance, while for the side, I added 1 inch. So this is the center front. Now the center front is on fold. But on this pattern, we're going to be drafting on this fabric. We won't be doing it on fold. Now, this is the center back. I eliminated my zipper part. So the zip part is not needed for this project. So I cut it off. So these are my allowances as well. I also have a detailed tutorial on how to draft a sleeve pattern. It's on my YouTube channel. So this is the basic pattern for long sleeve. So first of all, I'm going to be cutting the back part. The back part is on fold. Like I explained earlier, there is no zipper. So this is my center back. This is my back part piece. So I've gone ahead to fold my fabric on fold. As you can see, the fabric is placed on fold. So I'm going to be putting that zipper part on the folded part. So I'll go ahead to pin it and then cut exactly the same way in my pattern because I already added all the allowances. So now this is the center front. This center front is open at the front part, as you can see from the video earlier. So I'm going to place my pattern in such a way that I will have 2 pieces for the center, for the front part. So placing my fabric, I'm using my pin to secure it down. Next, what I'll be doing, that center front, I'm going to be adding extra ½ inch. I will explain the reason why I added this ½ inch as the video progress, because I will be turning it over, so I do not want any shortage at that center front. So this is both my center back, my back piece, and also my front piece. So I'm removing them from the pattern, and I'm going to be aligning them side by side because I'll be joining the side seam with ½ inch, and I'll also be joining the shoulder parts. So right here, I'm going to be folding my Mikado fabric in such a way I'm going to get the 2 sleeves together on both hands, both the left sleeve and the right sleeve for the 2 hands. So I folded my fabric into 2, and this is it. These are the 2 sleeves. So I'm going to fold my sleeve and sew it with ½ inch because I already gave that in the patterned paper. So like I explained earlier, I've gone ahead to join the bodice at the side seam and the shoulder part. Now I use ½ inch. You know, I gave extra 1 inch for the allowance. I use ½ inch, so the other ½ inch will be serve as ease for the child. I also made the same thing with my sleeve as well. There will be ease for it, so it's not too tight. So I'm going to be joining the bodice and the sleeve together, and this is it. I've gone ahead to join the bodice and the sleeve, so we are 50% done. So I also did the same thing, exactly the same procedure for the lining. So this is the lining part as well. So we have 2 of this same design. Now if you're wondering what's the white thing behind, it's my logo. So when you're placing your own logo too, you place it at the right part of the back piece, that is the lining part. Now I'm going to be bringing in the rough parts. So as you can see, that is the logo is now placed rightly. So this is the wrong part of the lining. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be tucking this my main fabric, this Mikado fabric, into this part. I mean, the video explains better than the voiceover I'm doing. So just look at the video and understand. So because we're trying to achieve a perfect finishing, so I'm going to be aligning them together. You know, they are both cut the same way, so they will align properly. Now I've tucked in the Mikado fabric, one part of the sleeve, other parts, till I get to the end. I'm tucking in this other part as well, so the sleeve will align properly, and these other parts, the neckline, the sides, they will all align properly. Next, what I will be doing, I will be sewing. So I'm going to sew the center front, one part of the center front, and then sew the neckline all through till I get to the other part, and also sew the center front as well. Now when I get to the down part, I'm not going to sew all through. I'm going to stop at the midpoint and then leave an opening right there for me to turn it over. So I'm going to sew all through. For the sleeve, I'm not going to touch it. Now this is the neckline part. I'm going ahead to sew the neckline region. While sewing, make sure that all points are lined together. Use your pin to guide you. All points must align. The shoulder parts, they must all align together. Now this is one part of the center front. I'm going to sew it as well. So by the time I get to the down part, I'm going to sew the down part now. So I'm going to sew, and then while sewing, I'm aligning that the side seam of the lining and the Mikado fabric, they align together. So I'm going to sew till I get to this point, which is the midpoint, and I'm going to stop. I'm going to double stitch firmly right there, and I'm going to leave an opening. This opening will aid me to turn it over. So after leaving the opening I want to, just a small opening will be fine. I'm going to double stitch again and then sew all through till I get to the end of the down part. Now this is another part of the center front. I'm going to sew it till I get to the neckline. So after sewing, you have something like this. I've gone ahead to notch all points, every point that I sewed. So I've notched it, the neckline, the center front, and also the hem parts. Now I'm going to be, as you can see, the sleeve are open because I didn't sew the sleeve. Now from that opening part, that part we left open, I'm going to be turning it over. So I'm going to be getting the right part out, because this side we work on is the rough part. So because we want to achieve a neat finishing, so you need to do this step. Turning the right part out, it's going to take your time, so don't be in a hurry, just do it. So I'm partially done, and as you can see also the two sleeves are on different parts. So what you're going to do, you're going to take the lining part and tuck it in the right part, I mean in the Mikado, that is the main fabric itself. So this is it. Next, what I'm going to be doing, the center front part, you know, these edges, this top part, you have to open it up so you can use anything to just bring those pointy edges out. So this is it. Next, I'm going to be teaching you how to achieve an inseam for the sleeve part. So I've turned everything out, so this is how it looks like. Now the opening we use in turning the right part out, the way I'm going to seal it up, I'll be using my hemming gun for it. Now if you are using your sewing machine, it's going to have those stitches and it won't really look beautiful after having a perfect finishing all through, and at that point you are having a stitch at that point. So you can use your hemming gum or also use an invisible stitch that will be using your thread and needle. Now for the sleeve, this is how I'm going to get the perfect finishing. So I'm going to zoom it for you to see it. I'm going to be folding the Mikado fabric and as well folding the lining parts. So in between them will be the hemming gum. So the hemming gum will be sandwiched in between them. I'm going to use my hot iron to glue this hemming gum with it. Now this hemming gum lasts for a long period of time. Even after washing your fabric, your outfit, it will still be there intact. So I'm done with the sleeve, and this is how the inside part of it looks like, and this is the inside part of this jacket as well. Every part is neatly finished, as you can see from the video. Now I'll be flipping the back for you to see the overall view of this jacket. It is very easy to achieve, even a beginner can achieve it. Please, if you've watched to this extent, do not forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you are yet to. Like I said earlier, you can pair this jacket with a sleeveless ball dress or even a high-waist skirt using a crop top for it. It will be so beautiful. So bye for now. See you in my next tutorial.